Yo, welcome everybody. You know the name Mikey Eyes. I want to say welcome to what I'm going to do is create a new brand called Original Productions, because what I'm doing is original and is new, and I believe in expanding new ideas for the year 2023. And special guest who we have today, crew, original West Coast Rock Steady crew. So let's just wait for him to come on. Hope everybody's having a good day. Nina,
You can hear me?
I can hear you good, bro.
Cool, cool. Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
Listen to oldies. I had
Okay.
to turn that shit down. Mm-hmm.
You remember before when I said when I get on I was gonna hit you with the classic?
Yeah. What class? Oh. Mm-hmm.
So
I ain't
don't let
got
me pull
those.
out the Pumas on you,
I ain't
Flow
got
Rock.
those, but I got those.
Come on, bro.
Nasty. Oh, you want to go?
Oh, bro. You want to? Oh, for reals? Okay, bro. You want to do the Puma thing? Let's see.
You want battle?
We'll battle for Pumas right now, Vato. Let me see what we got here.
I got the Clydes right here too, black and whites. What?
All right. Let's see what we got here. Oh no, bro. We're just gonna stop right here.
Okay. You got it, because those are some crazy ass colors. All my shit is basic.
I got you
Yeah,
though,
all
bro.
my shit, my last ones is basic. They're all basic. Yeah.
I
Mhm.
like those too.
Yeah. These ones are my favorite right here.
Yeah, I like that gray though, bro.
Mhm. I'm wearing Vans right now, but
Yeah,
you were like,
yeah.
yeah, you was talking about Pumas.
I
I
know.
wear Vans, Chucks, Pumas, yeah. Mhm.
That's what's up. So Floor Rock, bro, like last time since we spoke, like how's life been for you though, man? Like, cause that's probably like almost like 2 years ago. Like, as far as we're gonna strictly just focus like on breaking though, like has have you been able to like keep up with the judging gigs, or has judging kind of slowed down for you?
Slow down a little bit. I did a couple in the last couple of years. Yeah, yeah. I've done a lot actually, but this last year was slow for everybody as far as the dancing thing.
Yeah.
Plus, I got to work. You know what I mean? I got a kid, so I do my thing that way. Like, I'm a graphic designer.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I print shirts at this. It's like a print shop, basically like a warehouse type thing. Yeah, it was like because we got embroidery. What's it called? Screen print, direct to
Screen print.
film. Yeah, and then DTG. That's what I do. I do DTG, direct to garment.
Oh, oh
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
I heard of that
hmm
before.
hmm It's actually it's better for multicolors. If
Mm.
you want to do one color, two colors, that's screen print. If you want to do DTG, if you want to do multicolors, like 10 to 8, you know what I mean? You should do DTG. Or like a
That's what I was.
photograph, you can do all that shit. Yeah. Look.
That's exactly
This
what I want to
DTG.
do, Flow Rock.
This DTG right here.
Oh, oh yeah, bro.
That's not
I think
screen print. Could be, but nah. I did that in DTG.
I think I want to be
It's
able to
way
go through
quicker
you.
process. It takes like 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Hey,
And
bro,
it's digital print
if
from
I
the computer.
if I sent you like the shirts and you can do the printing for me,
Yeah,
because
no problem.
here in
That's
Los
easy.
Angeles I can get t-shirts wholesale, easy.
Yeah, garment district or what?
Yeah, the garment district though, bro. Good quality
Yeah.
shirts too.
hmm That's
You
what's
know what I'm
up.
saying? Okay. So let me see what else what can I ask you? I know what I want to ask you. This has been on my mind. You know the spin that you do when you spin like one hand on the side to like a
Gremlin.
360 spin?
Gremlin.
Yeah. When I first seen it, people was calling it the gorilla spin or monkey spin.
It's called the Gremlin because of the movie The Gremlins. There's like that
But
scene.
you know,
There's a scene in the movie where there's a gremlin breakdancing and he's got his arm straight. That's where I called it.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I got you. So what year was that you started doing that spin?
1991.
Damn. You had
I
a
say
clean
I'm the
too, huh?
first, but then there's footage of Emilio. So I put it so like this. I'm like, I'm the first one who did it in America. He did it in Europe probably prior to me. I didn't see Emilio or meet Emilio until 96. And I was already doing it because I couldn't do 1990s.
So how did you come up with that idea? You were just kind of playing around with spins and one day you just
I
figured
wanted
out
to
how to go
do like
360?
I wanted to do like like jackhammers, but I used to do the monkey walks. I call them apolios. People with the straight legs, I mean with the straight arms and your knees bent. I used to do those, and I wanted to do one-handed those. And I just tried it one day, and I did like a full rotation. And then I tried to go like a flare, and I went over rotated, and I did one and a half, and I was like, yo, there's something to this. And that's how I started doing the diamond, straight leg ones, like the flag poles, and then I grabbed my knee too. Yeah, it
Damn,
was just
that's
something
crazy.
just something I tried because my boy Aldo, they call him B-boy. He was quite right. He was in Rocksteady too. He he had like the dope power moves. I had the ground moves. He had power moves. I couldn't do 1990, so I tried to like incorporate whatever I could do on the ground my way. You know what I mean? Because
Mm.
we were partners, but we was always mad competitive with one another. You know what I mean? Because whatever he couldn't do, I would try to perfect. And same vice versa. You know what I mean? Like we were like at it with each other. We was best friends since we was little.
Man, you guys were breaking pretty hardcore back then. Like when I see the footage, like
Hmm.
like how often was you breaking? Were you breaking every day in the 90s pretty much?
Well, yeah, every day after school at first, and then like I had quit school my junior year because I was already in the Vegas show.
Oh, damn.
But
Okay.
yeah. We have to go back. Like it started in like 91, summer 91, and then we got real serious around 92. But
That's what's
well,
up, bro.
yeah, we got real serious about 92, and then then I think the grind came out in 93 with Rocksteady Crew.
Hmm.
Yeah, the grind, and we saw them, and then we were like, we want to break, and this is it. This is what we're gonna do. And then
That's
we just
what's up.
started breaking all the time. I don't know if I'm right
So
on that date. I think it was 93 when the grind came out. I'm not sure. It was like
probably
Ken Swift.
93, 94.
Yeah, it was like Crazy Legs, Ken Swift, Flo. Well, Flo was there, but he didn't break. Gremlin, Zulu Gremlin, yeah. Fable,
Yeah.
Mr. Biggles. Yeah, I remember. It was on the MTV The Grind. It
I
was
remember when
breaking.
I remember when I was just watching and grinding, it was just like, yeah, we're gonna have old school night. And to me, I didn't think that they were gonna show the Rocksteady Crew. So when they showed the Rocksteady Crew go out, I remember when
Yeah,
Ken
yeah.
Swift did his set, and bro, I remember when he cleaned his shoes. Like for me, that brought character. For me, I was like, yo, you can have character. You know what I'm saying? Because he stopped, looked at his shoe and he kind of cleaned it and he did the spin. That was so hard. Everybody around, like all the schools and all the talent shows, would do that. They would clean their shoe because of Ken Swift.
Oh, when he did the thing on his on his shell top. Yeah, I remember. And then he did the ultimate knee spin thing. That was dope too. I liked
Into the
how he
chair
was
freeze,
dressed. How he was dressed, period, was dope.
and he did the chair freeze, but it was the camera
Mm-hmm.
view because they shot it from the top to the bottom. So
Mm-hmm.
it looked like almost like GoPro, you know what I'm saying? Because they were filming like when legs would go out, they would film from the top to the bottom. So it made it look more like 3D, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember after that, then I seen Quick Step on the Lords of the Underground Chief Rocker video. And then I was like, yo,
Legs and quick
breaking's
step, right?
yeah, 93.
It was legs and quick step. I remember.
Yeah, bro. When I seen
Oh, but
that throw rock,
Quick Step had the shorts, right? And the tank top. And then the Kangol down. Yeah, that shit was he was dope looking with the court with the Chucks on.
with
He
the
had Chuck Taylors on.
yeah, it was a fisherman hat. But to me, when I seen his top rock, I was like, that's the real shit. Like, I'm just sorry though, bro. It was just the way that he flowed. He wasn't like trying to think of what he do. It looked a real straight up b-boy.
Mm-hmm.
And
I thought
right
it was
then,
good.
yeah, right then, I was like, yo, this is gonna be dope. And during that time, this is right before Star Element started though, bro, because Star Elements didn't get together probably till like a crew. They started breaking in 94, became a crew in 95. So
95?
yeah, 95, bro. That's basically when Star Element started. because I was there. You know what I'm saying? Like I was literally there when they started the name though, bro. I seen Ivan battle Roman in a garage for the name.
Oh wow.
It was
That's
like,
funny.
yo, yeah, Ivan was like, yo, I can do every style, you know, and Roman was like, I do a style to every element. And Ivan was like, let's go to the garage. They went to the garage, fool, and they just battled though, bro. It was crazy though. Like I had it on tape, but it was on an 8 millimeter, and the 8 millimeter, like it got ate up in the VCR for sure though, bro. When I used to put it with the adapter.
Oh, it was the JVHC.
Yeah, bro, that tape.
I got some of them right over here.
Oh, those are the best tapes though, Floor Rock. Those are actually the real gems, bro.
I think so. Yeah, these joints, right? These little ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot, bro.
I got a million tapes too. I got like 60 or 70 VHSs I gotta go through. That's
Dang,
why
bro.
I show a little snippets here and there, but there's a lot that I have to go through. But the VCR I got like only rewinds sometimes, so I have to go find a new one find one that actually works. But like
You know what? You can go to the thrift shops.
that's where I got one. I got this one and it still don't work. Like, and it's a dope one. I could probably transfer like DVD to like. No, I'm really on it. I'm really trying to keep it like, you know, because I wanted to see my videos one day, and I was just like, yo, I had so much footage, and I wanted to show my son. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. I think honestly, watching you back in the day, like I used to trip out on you because everything you did, you never crashed. I've never seen you crash.
Because I was from that gen where you don't go out with your moves until it's perfected. You know what I mean? Me and Wick talk about that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Wicked from Renegades, we always talk about, damn, these fools crash a lot now. We used to not do anything until it was like perfect. You know what I mean? Like, really, you better be perfected. Or if it's in a battle, that's when you go for broke. Because you battling, and sometimes you throw like a little haymaker, and hopefully you get that moving. And sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Because that would do a lot. A lot of times I was just trying to do stuff I would try at practice, but I wasn't like perfected yet, and then I would get it down that day. I would get so excited and hyped that I would actually land it for once, and then after I knew I could do it once, I remember the concept, and I would just go home and practice and perfect it.
Right. Hey, Floor Rock, now since we're talking about battles, I wanted to ask you about this because we didn't get a chance to speak on it last time. What was your thoughts and opinion on Rocksteady versus Soul Control?
We won.
You guys won?
There was no arguments with it. We won. They can sit.
Tell me why you guys won.
I think they had a difference of opinion, but they didn't understand the concept of the commando. And we did that one long ass commando at the beginning, which was our whole crew, and then they tried to mess us up. But they admitted it now. They lost, bro. They lost. They crashed, and they did some dope stuff. I mean, Eric kicked that freeze, and he stuck it there for like 5 minutes. I swear when I saw it in front of me.
You know that's Poe's freeze though, right?
I didn't know whose freeze it was, but it was dope.
Yeah, Poe was doing it all the time around us. And you know, back then, to be honest though, even though like you stuck the freeze, biting somebody else's freeze in a battle was a no-no. We know that.
We know that. Man, I'm from that generation too.
Yeah, bro.
That's
biting ain't never cool. Freeze and give props.
You can't do anybody's style, and it's okay. Like
yeah.
Now everybody wants to break exactly the same. It's ridiculous. I remember when we were all innovating, and like it was like me, Remind was like did his own thing, Crumbs did his own thing, Ivan for sure did his own thing with all the flips and then just the powerful stuff, and then the crazy top rack where he danced all different directions, but with his legs moving hella fast and his body moving another way, and then he'd stop and then he'd do his little head thing with his afro. And everybody was like, yeah. Even Cujo danced different. You know, everybody had their own way to dance. You know what I mean? Now it's like everybody's like taught from somebody else, and people forgot like to be themselves. That's my opinion.
Gotcha. So let me ask you, like, how did that battle even come? I think it was because Alien Ness and somebody was going at it on the internet, though, basically, right?
No, we got pulled out of a hat. No. It wasn't set up or anything. It was the UK Big Boy Championships 2000. And I don't know what happened, but those fools were trying to start some shit with us. Or they said they were joking, but they tried to start some shit with us. We went to we were in our dressing room and they had theirs. But we were walking to our dressing room. We went out for something. We walked into our dressing room. And then when we got there, it said, United Airlines is a Rocksteady fan. Everybody else was European, couldn't write English, bro. Or Japanese or Italian or something. They would have wrote it in their native language. This shit was in English. So there was only one other crew that was American. So we went straight over to that room, and then Legs tried to fight Charles. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, we was gonna get down. Like Charles wasn't scared though. Like he was ready. Charles was up and he was like, "What's up?" You know. And then we were like, "We ain't got time for this shit. We'll like handle the shit on the floor." And then just by chance, we ended up being the first battle. So maybe that had something to do with it. Maybe one of the promoters saw it and they were like, "Oh, these guys got real beef. This is gonna be dope." But that's really what it was. It was like they put a bunch of names in a hat and they picked it out. And it just happened to be the two American crews. I don't know if it was set up or anything, but before the battle happened, that really went down. Because we were like, what the fuck is this all about? You know? Like, these fools got something to say. And then I remember it was me, Easy Rock, Ness, Fever, Sweepy, I think Heps Fury, and then Legs. We all walked to that room, and then Charlie was like, and Legs was like, what the fuck is this? And then Charles got up. And he was like, what's up? You know, he was ready to go. I was like, and then Legs was like, come on. And then we were like, nah, fool, let's go do this. Let's just go battle. Fuck these dudes right now. Shit. Yeah, because we were down to fight, but like, we would have got eliminated from the whole competition, you know, right at the beginning. And this was before it even started, the jam. Like we were about to do the competition. Everybody was about to get like entered. And then these fools want to start some shit backstage. And they were I thought it was funny. Honestly, I thought the whole shit was funny. I don't think it had anything to do with malice or anything bad. I think they were young and they were just trying to have fun with us, and we took it all serious and got butthurt, and Legs went over there and tried to act up. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what he did. He ended up beating up the dude that promoted them on stage that day. He fucking rock bottomed that dude. He like rock bottomed him. He choke slammed him and then punched him once. There's footage somewhere. I seen it once, but it was like, I was like, no, leave that Puerto Rican boy alone. He's from the Bronx, bro. He don't play. Dog. He's from a different gen. He's 70s big boy. And you know what I mean? That's a grown-ass man. You know what I'm saying? We were all about to fight that day, but it was weird. They had the crowd, though. So the argument is, you know, they had the crowd and stuff, but skills is skills, bro. We beat them. We had foundation and power moves. They just had power moves.
That's crazy, though, bro.
You can watch
the
battle. It's 14 minutes. You can watch it. It's on YouTube. We beat them. For sure, we beat them. There were some rounds where I was like kind of touch and go, but for sure, we beat them. They know it. It's just hard pill to swallow when you flew 10 hours and then you got beat in the first round. You know what I mean? It's just, we beat them with commandos. They didn't understand the concept of commandos. They're a great crew, Charles and everybody. Those are like my homies. And I have no disrespect or anything. That's why I was telling the truth and didn't sugarcoat. Like, Charles was not afraid. Like, he was down the scope. He was like, what up? You know what I mean? But it was like, it was just tragic, you know, that they lost in the beginning. You know what I mean? It was what it was. Right. But that was like 22 fucking years ago. Who cares? Don't matter. They went out and won hella contests afterwards and became a dope crew. So, you know.
You know, I think what I like about this is that we're finally touching on subjects that nobody wants to talk about. Because I've never heard this story, though, bro. And, like, I hear everything.
Yeah, but that's what happened. It was like, there was that thing on the door, and it just said, United Airlines is a Rocksteady fan. And we were just like, I laughed. Everybody else got all mad and shit. Now it's just like, yo, that shit's funny. I don't know what it means, but it's funny.
Right.
It's like, don't let it bother you.
Right.
Fuck that. Yeah.
I know. So let me ask you, when you went to the tribal tour in Japan in '98, though, right, with Remind, Crazy Legs, Easy Rock?
That was the second time. The first time I went was '96, summer '96, then '97.
Was Crumbs?
Because me and Crumbs went on
you
the
on the first one?
I went on in '96. It was my first one. Then '97, like a couple months later, because it was like at the middle of, or at the end of '96. Then I went '97 with Crumbs. First time I went by myself. Second time I went with Crumbs and Legs. And then the third time we went with everybody.
Did you have to pay for that tour? I mean, that tour.
No, I didn't have to. They flew me out. And then they, the first trip they gave me per diem. Like they gave me like $250 a day, a whole bunch of it. I got a lot of money. And then the second trip, they gave me per diem, and then when I got home, I got a big check.
Yo.
Yeah, Bobby and them were like, Bobby is like, I'm always grateful to that dude. We got the same last name. We even have some family lineage, like we're like distant cousins, but we're real cousins, blood in us. Bobby Reese, the owner of Tribal, because I'm Alfred Reese, so like we fucking there's something there. But like, anyways, like, he always like looked out for me. So I'm always grateful for that dude, because if it wasn't for him, who knows? Because I was involved in some crazy shit when I was younger. You know what I mean? So, no, for real, I was involved in some crazy stuff when I was younger.
Yo, let's see what they're saying in the comments. I grew up in the scene back then, and that they never knew the story about Charles and this. Yeah, that's tight. Somebody recognizes that. Like we're saying though, bro. Like the stuff that you're
They
saying,
were joking. Yeah, but they was joking, brother. They was joking. And then Legs got Butter, Legs and Jason. Easy Rock got mad too. You know what I mean? And it wasn't even that big of a deal, homie. It really wasn't.
Right.
But like I said, they were about it. They weren't scared. It was about it.
Right. But I think that the dope thing about it, like the other guy said though too, like he's from the scene back in the day, and he's never heard the true story though, and that's the reason why what I do is like I want to finally start pulling out these stories that nobody's ever really talked about. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like Frosty though, bro. Like when he passed away, like all that original B-boy knowledge, bro, is just like.
I know. I used to talk to Frosty a lot. A lot of people don't know, but me and him were like really, really tight. Like I talked to Frosty like every day for the last 3 years until like he started getting ill. And like he told me so many different gems and just stuff me and you can talk about, but I'm not going to talk about it here.
Okay.
Because he said a lot of stuff that was like bad, controversial, and probably some real life stuff that we don't need to address because he's dead now. So it's like, me and you can talk about it, and I'll tell you because you want to know, but I'm not going to speak on the dead because that was my boy. That was my boy, and he did what he did with his life, and he lived it his way, and that's all I got to say.
Right. Yo, did you know Crazy Legs was on the live yesterday, and I brought it up. I said, was there ever a Rock City crew? And I remember Frosty said in the interview he used to be down with Rock City crew.
Yeah, Rock City crew was from Manhattan, because that's where he was from. He was from uptown, like in Harlem, actually. He was like in between Harlem and Manhattan. Yeah, it was Rock City. I thought Rock City, that's Young City, right? Kenny and them were Young City. But in the Freshest Kids, there's a chubby brother. I think his name was Charlie Rock, a black dude, and it said Rock City crew.
Rock City. So like
crew. But it said Rock City. Yeah.
But you know what? I'm gonna dig into that history because that crew is never talked about in breaking. To be honest with you,
it's always just favored to the Bronx, man. Nobody ever talks about Brooklyn. Nobody ever talks about Queens. You have to dig into your own, like you're doing. You got to dig into the history because there's a lot of stories we don't know. Because like pioneers, and I'm gonna say I don't give a fuck because I'm a veterano now. I don't give a fuck. Lioneers, they accentuate the stories, bro, and they only tell the stories that make themselves look better. They don't tell the whole truth. A lot of them tell half truths. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, there were other dancers everywhere. You know what I mean? Like it was what it was. I mean, only they can tell you the history of the 70s and the 80s.
You know who was dope?
But we got our own history in Vegas. You guys got your own history in California. Everybody's got their own history, and we all had our own crews. And you know what I mean? It was what it was. I just don't listen to one people no more. And I also don't believe in like one style is correct anymore. Because if we're dancers, we're expressing ourselves. Every style is correct. I got caught in some bullshit with Rock Steady crew that their style was the only style that was correct, and it's not, bro. Because if we're dancers, we're supposed to like express ourselves and vibe. Doesn't matter what you're doing, as long as you vibing and dancing on beat, bro. Then you're dancing correctly. That's a lot. It's like, remember the original poppers? I'm not saying the boogalooers and all that because I know they had their history, but I remember popping because I started popping. You know what I mean? And like we used to just do waves and people had the gloves on and then tuts and ticking and stuff. That was that thing. And then these guys came out and they started wearing the sweater vests and the hush puppies, and they said this style was right, and then that all went away. And that's what they tried to do with breaking. And it's like, nah, there was other people that danced a certain way. It was a form of expressing yourself, bro. Like, I don't even teach people, like, I teach people foundation now, but I tell them to take it and do something with it. I go, learn the foundation, but then make your own stuff out of it, bro, because that's what we all did anyways. I go, ain't no correct way to do it. Ain't no hand posturing. I don't want to hear that bullshit. That's lie, dog. Like you're like keeping somebody stagnant instead of like expressing them, letting them express themselves to go to the next level. Because when you teach somebody, they have your style at first, and then they're not expressing themselves. So you have to leave them alone for a little bit, so then they come back and then have their own way of doing your interpretation of what you show them. That's what I believe now. Like I try not to press on any of the Rocksteady beliefs because I'm not in Rocksteady no more. I'm a master, street master, bro. And they're like the only real crew, like next to my other crew, Rock Skittle crew, that was like family. You know what I mean? Like these dudes were actually cool, and they check on me every now and again, and they call or we talk. You know what I mean? Rocksteady crew to me was like a team, except for the Vegas chapter. You know what I mean? The Vegas chapter was everybody that was from my crew, and we all grew up together, and that was an actual squad. But as far as Arizona, California, and everything, we didn't talk that much, and there was no communication back then. And I wasn't an approachable person back then. I know, because I was kind of a mean dude. You know what I mean? Like I was kind of a mean dude. So if you didn't know me, I wasn't very forthcoming trying to be your friend back in the day.
Right. You know what somebody just said? This interview makes me want to dust off my old B-Boy Summit 99. I love seeing legends and now their stories.
Yeah.
To me, that's what counts for Flow Rock. If one person gets it out of this whole interview, that's what makes it exciting for me, because I know vatos like you is going to tell the truth, though, bro, like to break in. And I notice, like, when people do their interviews, it's almost like they're telling a commercial version. They're not talking about the underground, like the underground shit that people don't even talk about no more. And somebody brought this up, too. It was like, how come people don't talk about raves? When I first seen breaking, it was at a rave. It was no contests, though, bro.
Same thing with us. In Vegas, there was no hip-hop scene in the early 90s. It's like Rebels and, yeah, it was like Rebel crews. You know, the dudes that had the bangs and they were bald and they wore Harley boots. So we danced to a lot of deep house, trance, hardcore, drum and bass. That's what we did. There was no real b-boy, like hip-hop shit until like 98, 99 started coming. But in the early 90s, nothing. Raves.
Straight up raves.
Raves, trance, jungle, drum and bass, house, hardcore house, happy hardcore.
I remember seeing people at raves having Applejack battles.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Applejacks, when you kick 1 feet up, when you keep kicking 1 feet up.
Yeah, they do the Russian kicks. Yeah, I know what an Applejack is.
Applejacks, though.
I thought they're called alphas. The locking move is called an alpha. You know
what's funny about this, though, too? I remember one time I was at the mall, and I was doing some footwork, and somebody said, oh, yeah, you're doing, what did he say you're doing? Hawaiian. He said you're doing scrambles. I was like, yeah, I get that. You know, then one of my friends started doing flares, and he was like, yo, those are called Hawaiian flares. I was like,
Hawaiian flares are from the front. You do it from the footwork, and then you kick your legs up front. That's a Hawaiian flare.
Those are called Hawaiian flares?
Yeah, when you go from your footwork, you go in from like a 6-step, and you go, it's like you got to go 1, 2, 3, and then you go boom. Instead of from the side, you go like that. From Hawaiian flares, footwork, and then you kick from the front, and then start going.
Okay.
That's a Hawaiian flare.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a around the world type thing.
Oh, I got you. I know.
As far as scrambles I heard from New York. Hawaii, they say Skittles. That's why we were called Rock Skittles, because it was like Rock Footwear Crew. So if you go to Hawaii, they call their footwork Skittles.
Right. Somebody just put Flow Rock, Wicked Moy, and Zulu Grimmins are my favorite footwork guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
What made you really want to focus on footwork? Because I noticed during that time, when I would see your footwork, it in a way, it kind of reminded me of J-Rock. Like
J-Rock.
some of the concepts that when you would do like footwork, and then you would kind of do it's kind of hard to explain it though, bro. But it kind of reminded me similar to Jay. But I really liked yours because yours is like, it was swift, and it was like your feet never got tangled. And I was like amazed by that. I was like, damn, this fool never tangled his feet up. And in the early 90s, everybody's feet used to get tangled. You know that.
Yeah, my footwork was momentum based. I was trying to be like Maurizio and Icy Ice. You know what I mean? But then I had basic steps, so I did longer steps instead of skipping. But I was trying to be like Mauricio and them. And legs, I'm not gonna lie, crazy legs. If it wasn't for legs, I wouldn't be breaking the way I did because I did the 4-step because of the legs. A lot of people are Kenny fans. I'm a Crazy Legs fan. I know what legs did and whatever with all that, but legs is by far one of my biggest inspirations. I'm just saying, you know, people be hating, but they can't take away from what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like legs put it on for the scene for a lot of us. You know what I mean? So I was a Crazy Legs fan and an Easy Rock fan. You know what I'm saying? So like,
you know when Crazy Legs first came out, like I was inspired by him though, bro. When I seen the Star Wars when he was at the park, and he was like, I got a backspin. He's I made it up. You want to see me do it? And
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
When he was showing like his steps, I was intrigued by that because it made me want to like, you know, like step my footwork up because the way that I seen him do it, it was really smooth and it had a lot of flow.
Yeah, legs was nasty. Somebody said hi, baby, to you.
Oh yeah. Hi, baby. But yeah, but you know what? You're right about that though, bro. Like even though like he messed up in life, if it really wasn't for him, I don't think he would have brought that fire back for me though, too. To be truthful.
Yeah, me too. Like when I saw legs, you know, like in person, I was like mesmerized because how funky he was, and he was already in his 30s. The first time I saw legs was the B-Boy Summit '95.
Oh, I went '96.
I went '96 too, but I went '95 when it was in the park. I didn't break. I just was there.
Oh.
I mean, I didn't break. I saw Jash. I saw a lot of people that were like, wow.
Yo, what do you think about Jash's style though, bro?
Jash
Honestly.
was my first battle, like big time.
You battled
he burnt me in
Jash?
Yeah, I battled Jash in Bakersfield one time. He burnt my ass. And then after that, there's your question. Let's answer your question. The reason I wanted to focus on footwork is because Jash got in my ass. Henry fucking served me. And then after that, wait. After that was in '95. And then after that, at the B-Boy Summit '96, I chased that fool in 7 different circles, and I smoked his ass. Because he pissed me off. He was like, every time I win, he goes, I got you. And he did something different. He's like, I got you. And he did something different. I was like, this dude won't stop. Like, he kept burning me, and I was like, yo, he was burning me with just footwork and disses. And I was like, it's never happened to me again. So thank you, Henry, Jash. Jash won. He's a dope tattoo artist and stuff. I heard. Like, I never got to catch up with him again after that, but like, I respect that dude because he helped me get better. You know what I mean? Like,
you know what I noticed about Jazz? Like whenever he would do his footwork, he was always humping the floor.
Yeah, he did. He would hump the floor or do some jerk off stuff. He did like a lot of sexual gestures, but like it was hilarious. But it was also dope because it was on beat. But his footwork was nasty. Yeah, his footwork was nasty though. Like he did some crazy stuff. I think he learned from Jason. I think Easy taught him.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because Easy said that was one of his students one time.
That's pretty dope, though, man. So let me ask you, Flora, who do you like today, though? Like, is there any particular crews or individuals that you like? For me, for the East Coast, I like Pop, Street Masters.
Oh, Pop is nasty. That's like one of my.
I like Pop.
Again,
to me, he catches my eye, though, bro.
Yeah, Pop is like he's like super clean, and he holds freezes. Yo, he's a hitter. You know, he does that shit every day in New York. They make money. They hit. You know what I mean? They're out there.
I just wish that he had a little bit more footwork in his set.
No, he's got good footwork, bro. He just likes to do what's perfect, though. He's kind
That's
of
why I like it.
He's got good footwork, though. He's nasty.
Right.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I love what Pops does though, bro, and he's young.
There's a lot. Like I can't think of any right now, but there's a guy in Europe I like to watch his footwork. His name's like Spin 167 or something like that.
Okay, I never heard of him.
I'll have to show him to you. He's like, it's crazy because he's Spanish, but he's got like a British accent. So it's crazy when I hear him speak Spanish. It's like, whoa. And then I hear him speak English, and I'm like, oh, fuck out. You know, he's got that English accent. And I'm like, oh shit, that's crazy. but he speaks Spanish, no accent. It's dope.
Mm-hmm.
But yo, he's one of the dope b-boys I like to watch. There's a lot, bro. There's that monkey kid. He's Asian. He does crazy power moves. I don't know if it's called Flying Monkey. Crazy Monkey. That dude's dope to watch. Like, I be sending wicked crazy videos inboxes like of the tricks he does. You know what I mean? Like as far as like footwork b-boys, like I can't name anybody right now. I'd have to go and watch some videos again. I'll tell you. I can't remember right now.
What about the B girls? Who do you like today?
B girls? That too. There's a lot. You know what I mean? There's a lot of good ones. Like, everybody. I can't name nobody right now. That girl that just won the Red Bull DC, the Filipino girl. That won the.
Oh yeah, I think her name is India.
What?
The girl that won the Red Bull, her name is India.
No, the one before. The Asian girl.
Oh, Logistic.
Yeah, she's dope. There's Blondie, there's V-Rock, there's a lot of them, bro, that are coming out that are gonna be great. You know what I mean?
I think it's great that we talk about it because, like, people that's watching, I want to show them that we can talk about the new school as well as the old school. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because to me, the new generation matters just as much.
There's a girl from Switzerland. Shit, I can't remember her name. She looks Spanish though. Okay. She's dope. I can't remember her name right now. I think she's either from Switzerland or India. No, she's from Belgium, dog. She's from Belgium. Yeah. That girl's dope.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Mad Max is dope. Like.
Okay.
What's his name? Vic's wife. She's dope too. Katie or whatever her name is. Girl Cat or something like that. Yeah, like you know what I'm talking about. Vicious Vic.
Yeah.
Not Vicious Vic. Victor, the one that's from Florida, but he's in Red Bull. Yeah, Kay. Yeah, that girl. She's dope too. You know what I mean? There's a lot of them that are nasty. You know what I mean? And coming up, it's gonna get better and better.
Was there any B girls in the '90s though, like in Vegas that was dope? Maybe besides Cheerio?
In the '90s? No, nobody could fuck with Cheerio.
Was she the only
one? Not in Vegas. She was like, me and Cheerio are in the same crew, right?
Yeah.
We were in the same crew. Yeah, okay.
What crew was that?
Rock Skittle crew.
Oh, she was Rock Skittles? Okay.
Yeah, Cheerio. Okay, I don't want to get into it. Cheerio was like one of my first girlfriends. So it's like, when you speak of this, it's like funny to me that you talk about it. But like me and her, like, man, been friends forever. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like she was breaking and Rock Skittles before me. I got down later.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, she's from the second generation of rock. First generation Rock Skittles started in the 80s. Second generation started in like 90s. So she got down like, yeah, she was before me. Yeah. It's like, even in some documentaries I've watched her, she's got the time date wrong. But Cheryl was breaking before me.
She started before you?
Yeah, she started before me as far as, because she's like slightly older. I think she's like a year and a half older.
So she must have started like in 90 or 89?
I'm not too sure, but I know she was dancing like freestyle dancing and everything first. You know what I mean? Like she was so like the eras, it's just both of us got like I'm more like try to be accurate with the eras because I got videotapes. But like as far as her, like she can't really tell you exactly when, but I remember she was before me because I wasn't Rock Skittle yet. I was like becoming, because we used to have two sectors. It was like Kid Skittles and Rock Skittles. And I was like learning. I was learning first, and then I got to be Rock Skittles eventually. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But she was already a Rock Skittle because she was from their gen. It was her, Presto 1, and then it was my friend Kid Chaos, Cool Breeze. I can't remember. There was a bunch of them. It was like Kicker, and then I can't remember the other dude's name. Murder Rock, my boy Rocket that died. Like they were all in the same crew at that time. They were all that generation, and then we all met later because they were from like downtown area in Vegas. It's kind of hood where they're from, and I was from lower hood. Like I was on the east side, but the east side's mad close to like it starts downtown and then starts going towards this other way. You know what I mean? Because there's like different sectors in Vegas. There's like different vectors in Vegas, sectors and stuff, and a lot of what are those called? Pockets. So there's like hoods, but like in different places. Like it'll be nice, and then 2 blocks over it's fucked up. You know what I mean? And then it's like nice again, and then it'll be like this gas station, and there's all these drug dealers and like tweakers and like bums and stuff hanging around, and then there's gangs over here and gangs over here. It was crazy, just like Cali.
You know what's crazy for it? When I was in high school, my favorite team back in the day used to be UNLV because of Stacey Augmon.
Oh, he was dope. Yeah, I know. I remember Stacey Augmon. Stacey
I
Augmon.
used to love UNLV though, bro.
It was
The
like,
thing about that, UNLV up north, all the Norteños used to wear UNLV hats.
oh, I know.
Yeah, because I lived in Madera.
Oh, what's his name? Tupac wore UNLV.
Yeah, but up north,
Mhm.
UNLV was basically like a Norteño thing because the hat was all red.
Yeah, I know. I've seen this. But like I'm saying, but Tupac wasn't Norteño, basically. It's from Oakland.
Tupac wore
Well,
a
they
lot
saw
of
this
red.
guy. I'm just saying, they saw this guy. He was rocking the red thing. So that's probably where the Norteños, took that from Pac. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the red hat, because it was a red hat. They wore anything red. Yeah.
So let's talk about this too, Floor Rock. I know a lot of people don't talk about it probably because they're not from that era though too, but gang banging and breaking though, like when I came up, the two mixed, to be honest with you. The two intertwined though, because I remember the B-boys, like I lived in a gang neighborhood though, which is South Central, and then we end up leaving South Central and we moved to Madera. But even when I moved up north to Madera, the Norteños will break with me. So I kind of I got a pass though, bro. I got a pass to go through certain neighborhoods, especially Latino neighborhoods, because the Norteños, the ones that were standing in front of the liquor store with the red Pumas, they knew who I was. And I noticed a lot of B-boys, they never talk about that, like the difference, like breaking and gang culture was mixed together when I was coming up. Was it like that in Vegas?
Well, of course, it was like that, but we ain't got no Norteños in Vegas.
Right.
Yeah, we got more Sureños and then Vegas. Vegas has got
There's
our own
a lot of Bloods in
sectors
Vegas
and
though too, right?
all those Bloods, Crips, and all that, but we didn't really. I'm talking about me. I'm Mexican, bro. So like, there's like Sureños, but then there's Vegas gangs, and we're not Sureños. We don't pay taxes to the Mexican mafia. We're our own thing.
Okay.
We're our own thing. We're Las Vegas. We're Nevada. We're our own thing. We're not. We run black flags. We don't wear blue flags. We do our own thing, and we don't bang a 13. We're just Vegas. Okay, but that's besides the point. Like, there was plenty of gangsters that danced. You know what I mean? Actually, the first, speaking of the black gangs, the first B-boy in Vegas, he was a Crip. He's from 60s.
Damn, I never knew that.
Stingray, no, you know who Stingray is, right?
Yeah, the locker.
Well, he's a B-boy. He's the one that started Rock Skittles.
Oh,
he's like the
started Rock Skittles. Okay.
Yeah, he started Rock Skittles. Vegas has got like a crazy history. Vegas was the first crew was called City Break Force, and it was Stingray, Baby P, Breaking Mike, Scooby, Scrappy, and George. That was those guys, and then it broke off in two crews: Bomb Squad, Rock Skittle crew, and then there was a bunch of little crews that spawned off from there. You know what I mean? And then there was a crew called what was it called? Eminem. I can't remember what it meant. And then there was Wicked Tribe, Gimme Tribe, and all these other tribes, and those became full force. You know what I mean? There was Renaissance, Eminem, I can't remember, Wicked Tribe, Gimme Tribe, and then something like that. And then they all spawned off and became full force. But a lot of the B-boy scene, I got to give it up, was Filipinos. You know what I mean? It was majority Filipinos. Because Stingray's Filipino. That fool's like 56. He still break pops and locks. He's a bartender now, but he's still dope, and he doesn't look his age, bro. He looks like he's 30, maybe. and he still got all black hair, no whites nowhere. It's a trip. It's like brothers, black don't crack. Neither do Asians, bro. Those fools don't age. He looks exactly the same. Still slim. He's still slim and like everything in shape. It's a trip. Still got all his teeth. It's like, wow. It's crazy. it's like crazy, but yeah, but like that was the history basically. There's a little more. You'd have to talk to Ronnie about Full Force and all that stuff because that's their stuff. But I know that much. Yeah, because in the 90s, there was only two crews. It was only Rock Skittle crew and Full Force for a while. So we all, whenever we saw each other, it was like beef. Not like beef because we were all older than them slightly. You know what I mean? We were pretty much older than them. You know, so they didn't want to, go because they were younger kids and we were all, Mexican gangsters. You know what I mean? Well, Rock Skittles wasn't all Mexicans. It was like Salvadorian, Guatemalans, like Nicaraguenses. It was a dude from Ecuador. Like we were all Latinos, but we were, we were all cholos. You know what I mean? Like most of us were from the east side or downtown area, and we were cholos. We were gangbangers, bro. So a lot of us wore Dickies, white T-shirts, Cortez, Ben Davis, Frisco Benz. Like we dressed that way. We was about it. Raiders shit, Dallas Cowboy shit. You know what I mean? We was about it. We was like, yo, we gangbang. But the breaking kept us away from that shit. Like as long as we was breaking, we didn't even think about that. We could go to any party we wanted to. We wouldn't get like pressed or hit up. You know what I mean? Nobody was asking us where we was from because we were the dude breakdancing. Nobody tripped on us because we were real life. A lot of us weren't out there. Even me, like, I was affiliated with a gang, but like I wasn't that guy trying to act tough. I was trying to get girls, bro. Real life. Like I was trying to get the women, bro. Like I was the voice of reason. I was like, yo, we just got here and look at all these women. Why are you tripping on these fools looking at us? Like, I don't even care. I'm trying to get at that. You know what I mean? I'm like, come on, bro, let's go get at that. Like, fuck these dudes. Like, if they come at us and we fight, I'm down to chuck them, because in Vegas we chuck them. It wasn't like, we don't be pulling guns and shit. Like we chuck them. We like, let's go. Shoot, catch a fade real quick. And then, you catch a fade, you either get beat up or not, and then we're drinking later. That's just how it was for us. Like we're drinking with the dude later. It's like we caught one, we got a couple lumps, and our beef's over, and it is what it is. And let's go have a beer. It is what it is. That was among the gangbanging until like somebody got mad because somebody slept with somebody's girl, and then the shooting started. It was always something like really small and dumb, but it was never really that big of a deal, like until California came. When the Cali gangs came, that's when the gangbanging was like crazy. Because a lot of the neighborhoods, like the neighborhood I'm from, and then Northtown, like the Northtown gangs and everything, we all used to go and play football together. And, we'd handle our beef like that. We'd have a beef, and then we just go play football. Like I remember that. Like we go play football, we tackle each other, get dirty, and then have some beers, and then barbecue. And it wasn't until, because a lot of these fools are related, they were cousins and shit. But it wasn't until like somebody slept with somebody's girl, and then the fighting really started happening. And then somebody got drunk and hit another dude and killed him, and some lies happened and spawned off gangbanging. And then some Cali gangs came, like Florencia, White Fence, MS-13, like, you know what I'm saying, came and then started gangbanging. And then Bloods and Crips came from Cali and started gangbanging, and then we were all like tripping. Then it was like some scary shit, Even the Asian gangs was nobody to be messed with back in the 90s, bro. Like there was PR, Santanas, there was like IDP, BMP, there was Asian boys, there was a bunch of gangs, Rascals. There were like gangs from like all over Fresno, LA, like San Francisco that came. Like there was a lot of gangs in Vegas. Like it was just like Cali. I'd be telling fools, and like these Cali fools come here and then they talk crap, and I'm like, nah, you ain't even got to the point. Like this is 2022. You didn't come here in the 90s, homie. You knew coming here in the 90s you was just gonna get pressed just like you were, especially if you weren't from here. Like if you weren't from here, we knew. If you wore an LA hat, you ain't from Vegas, bro. Vegas only rocks LV, homie. We didn't play that shit. We didn't care if you were from Cali. We really don't give a fuck. Like we really don't. That's 3 hours, 4 hours away. We don't care. You can catch a fed. We hand them out like barbers. We don't care. Like we really don't care what you were from. It don't matter. Like you came here, you should change. You know what I mean? Like I never went, when I lived in California, I never went there talking my neighborhood shit because I'm not from California. And my neighborhood's not in California. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why would I go there talking some Vegas shit? I'm a visitor. Shut the fuck up.
Did you live out here?
In the late 90s, 2000s. I lived in like Lancaster, Palmdale. You know what I mean? Like for a little bit. I was visiting frequently. I lived in I also lived in what's that place called? Granada Hills. the Valley.
Okay.
I lived in the Valley too. I lived in Van Nuys, Pacoima too,
Oh,
for a little bit.
yeah,
But it was
yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
You was
I
here.
was visiting. I had family, and I lived out there for a little bit because I was getting in trouble. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I wasn't like I said, I never was out there like that guy. Like, I was from my hood. If you hit me up, yeah, I'll tell you where I was from. But I wasn't that guy. I'm never going to say that I was this big time gangbanger and I was killing motherfuckers now. We'd fight when we fight, and we did what we did, but it wasn't like that, homie. Like, I was trying to get girls. Everybody else was, trying to act all macho and shit. I was trying to get highness. I would stay creased up and dress nice with the cologne, and you know what I mean? But I was never that guy. Don't let that shit get twisted. And I don't
You're right.
promote gang shit either. I don't promote gang shit either. I think it's stupid.
Mm-hmm. I feel the same way because all those gangs that you just named off, that's my neighborhood. Across the street, MS, that way, 18th Street, across the other street, Crazy Riders. I live in.
You got them too.
Yeah.
You got 18th Street too out here.
I live in a neighborhood of three gangs, 3 active gangs.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, though, bro, I just wanted to talk about that with you. But you know what? We'll switch to something else, though.
Yeah,
What's the scene like?
Right.
What's the scene like in Vegas, though, bro? Is Battleborn still holding it down?
Well, there's Battleborn, there's Full Force, and Knuckleheads are like pretty much the only active crews from back then. There's a bunch of little ones, but it's the next generation now, bro. Like, the kids is what Vegas is now. You know what I mean? There's actually a jam today. There's a jam today at 3 o'clock at the district. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's a jam today there, and it's like all the younger kids.
Mm-hmm.
There's a jam tomorrow in the Craig Ranch Park too. Like, there's another jam, but that's all kids and all styles. That's like the shit out here is like all styles battles and like the kid generations. You know what I mean?
Some of the new kids that are actually making a name for themselves.
There's a bunch from Full Force and Battleborn.
And
Diego.
Was Zoology?
Oh, them too. Zoology, 702, all those dudes are like there, yeah.
Yeah, I like
and Full Force has got a new generation too. And they're all like, they look like a bunch of punk kids. It's like dope because they look like punk rockers. Yeah, I look like punk rockers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting there. Mm-hmm.
I like that, bro. They're wearing dress shirts with their logos.'re starting to get stylish though.
Yeah. I think it's dope. And then they wear Doc Martens. And it's cool because it reminds me of the 90s in a way too. Mm-hmm. I remember the punk rock scene too. Because I'm really big into the punk rock scene as well. Like, that was my thing. Just a lot of people didn't know. Everybody's like, they see Flow Rock and they're like this cholo dude. You know what I mean? They don't know I like punk rock.
Oh, okay.
I like Social D. I like bad religion. I like Black Flag. I like Suicidal Tendencies. I like real punk bands. Dead Kennedys. Like System of Down, like, just punk bands, bro. Like, I'm really into like that stuff. That was my thing. Because my brothers were all punk rockers, but they were cholos. We liked that shit. My older brothers were the gangbangers, like gang bang.
Okay, I got you.
I have 3 older brothers, and they gangbang.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Let me just ask you one more question though before we get to do our thing, because there's somebody else I want to get to today. There's a brother named Stunts. He's from Canada. And then I also want to try to see if I can do Venom from Skill Methods.
Venom's the homie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my question to you is that, looking back, on the past when you were younger, like, if you can look back then and change that, like, what advice would you give to your younger self back then that you wouldn't have made like so many different choices in life though? You kind of get what I'm saying? Because a lot of times when I look back, the thing that I would think about if I could change, I think that I would have really focused on like being more financial stable though, bro. But to me, you're a B-boy, bro. We were just thinking break till you die. B-boy or die. You get what I'm saying? And I remember going places on an empty tank though, bro, and going to Wendy's though, bro, and getting a 99-cent hamburger because we were just like, yo, we just so hard.
Financially stable, of course, but I was sponsored, remember?
Oh, yeah, you were sponsored.
I was sponsored, and I got endorsements. Like, they paid me. So
yeah.
As far as going to competitions and stuff, like, I was flown out a lot, so I can't really say that. I mean, we did the drives, though, because Rock Skittles drove to Texas. We drove to Phoenix. We drove to Utah. We drove to New Mexico. We drove whatever was kind of close to us, but in the Southwest, we drove a lot. You know what I mean? So I know what it's like to be broken, not knowing where we're going to stay, but we meet some B-boys and they got you. You know what I mean? They're like, no, you can sleep on the floor on the couch. And I remember that lifestyle, but I like that part of it. The only thing I don't regret anything I did in life. I had a great life, bro. Real life. Like, I don't regret anything except for the alcohol. You know what I mean? But other than that, I regret nothing that I did. I wish I wouldn't have paid so much attention and got molded into a certain way for so long. As far as beliefs with the dancing. Because I was always kind of a renegade when it came to even Rock Steady. Like, I didn't let Legs and them tell me what to do. I did what I did. They might be the leader of these fools, but they ain't the leader of me. Florrock's not a follower. Florrock's a leader. Florrock does what Florrock does. Like, I've always been that way. I dared to be different. I dressed like a cholo when I broke. You know, I tried to always be creased up and smell good. You know what I mean? I wanted to be different and leave a mark. You know what I mean? But, like, as far as that, like, I didn't, like, I would preach that, oh, you got to have footwork. You got to have this. And if you're not doing this, it's a certain way. And it's like, nah, it's not, bro. Like, you got to keep an open mind to everything now. And I don't know. When I look at my son and I see him dancing, I just see him smiling, how happy he is. That's all that matters to me, bro. Okay. And that's all that should have mattered back then. If the person's having fun and doing what they love, who are we to tell them that it's wrong? Real life, bro. I'm not on some, like, trying to be happy shit, because I'm still, you know, where I am. But like, as far as that's the only thing I regret. I would tell people more to do what they feel is right. But I do still express to learn your foundation, you know, with 6-step, 4-step, CCs, you know, switches, and then freezes, you know, chair, baby, you know. Learn that stuff first before you learn windmills, air flares, 1990s. You know, learn the foundation with everything. You know, like martial arts, we got to learn the beginning, and then we, you know, it takes a long time. It's practice, bro. It's just, we got to get muscle memory. We got to develop a lot of things, you know. But no, I don't really regret anything from back then, bro. If we didn't live that, we wouldn't be here talking about it, bro. It was dope memories. I can't lie. I remember the first time I met you. I don't know if it was 98, 99. We were up rocking against each other, though.
2001 at the B-Boy Summit.
Well, that was 2001. Yeah, I remember. It was in the corner, and me and you started up rocking with each other. Yeah, that's the first time I met you. That was when I first met you. I had seen your videos and saw what you know, Mikey Ice, and I heard the name because I was Zulu too. So I already knew that you were in Zulu too. You know what I mean? We had heard the name floating around because of California chapters. You know what I mean? I was from the Vegas chapter of Zulu Nation in the 90s. So
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know a lot of things about me. I got stories for days. I need to, like, look back because I don't know timelines right now, and I'm not going to say certain facts until they're accurate, because that's what I'm like more about. I want to be a historian, but I want my dates to be accurate. So if somebody just come back and say, well, I was there and this is what it was, you know, it's got to be accurate, bro. But I was, yeah.
Honestly, Florrock, we can always do a part 3 because I want to continue these stories, because what I want to do is that I finally wanted to start opening up the pyramids to B-Boy knowledge, the knowledge that people want to withhold, because I feel like a lot of people are withholding, you know, like stories and information, or they just feel like they're not valid, you know, like that the new school doesn't appreciate, you know, hearing what they call the old guys, like, stories. For me, I just want to snap that mold and, like, start something new and just keep, like, our stories preserved.
If the new schoolers, I think they do, bro. They appreciate the old school guys. It's just a lot of old school guys, like even guys way before my gen. You know what I mean? Like, they stuck on some dumb shit. Like, they be tripping, and then they want their way to be right, and they're like narcissists and drug addicts, and they don't, you know, they don't take accountability for anything. So I have a different open mind to things, and I think people would like to hear my stories more, and I think I'm more valid because I tell the truth. Even if it's bad on me, like, as far as, like, I got burned that day or something like that, I don't sugarcoat it. Like, I'm always going to tell facts. And if people just stick to the facts, I think the kids would listen. You know what I mean? You're not preaching. you're teaching. You know what I mean? Like, teach them, show them. Don't yell at them and holler at them, because ain't nobody gonna listen to you. If you show them,
Mm-hmm.
I wish that's what I wish. Like Rocksteady Crew, they were, they took me around the world. They got me famous for as far as that era, but like they were kind of mean to us, you know what I mean? And then they said that we had to do a certain thing this way, and they did it to California people. They were like really hard on them and told them that they were whack and breaking. Was it? Why didn't they just show them instead of being a dickhead about everything and an asshole? Why don't you just be like, yo, try this? Take the time, show that kid something different, and change him, bro. Don't beat that shit in him. Like, this ain't no abusive stuff. Like, you'll get a lot further if you teach somebody right. But a lot of them weren't fathers and stuff yet. Like, I learned a lot of patience now, because I'm a dad now. So I can't just go yelling at everybody. You know what I mean? I can't yell at my son every time he messes up. He messes up all the time. He'd be testing me, but he's just me. Looking back at me, be like, what? You know what I mean? Like, and it's just it's just him being him, bro. Like, and I got to understand that, he's young, he's learning, and I got to show him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't always flip on people, And that's the only thing. I think if I would have changed something, I would teach different. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have been so mean about the way I was, because I was kind of like them too, because, I got wiggles in my ear, I got legs in my ear, I got Easy Rock telling me, no, that shit is whack, and this is how, nah, bro, like, I would teach people, yo, try this. You see how it's better? Like, it's not that it's better, I go, see how it works better? Because I teach people to go with their body now. Like, if you're a tall dude, I'll teach you how to break a tall way. If you're a short guy, like, I'll teach you to break short. If you're a chubby dude, I'll teach you how chubby fools break, because I'll teach you how your body flows. That's what I want to be. I want to be like a b-boy trainer. You know what I mean? Like, I'll teach you the best way to dance for you and your body style. Because we all got different bodies. Some people got long arms, some people got long legs. You know what I mean? Like, some people break tucked in, some people break on their knuckles. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just different. It's like, you have to go with the times, bro. And you can't be stuck in your era. You can't be stuck there, bro. And that's why I think people don't like OGs, because a lot of OGs, like I said, narcissists, drug addicts, alcoholics. And they stuck in their ego. It's not the 80s and the 90s no more, bro. Let it go. It's not even 2000s. It's the 20s, bro. Like the 2020s. It's like, let it go. Get over your ego and teach, bro. Show them.
Mm-hmm.
And this goes out to all OGs, because I don't care who. You know where I live. I live on the east side of Vegas. Come find me. I don't care. I ain't afraid. Bring it. But I'm just saying, like, teach. Teach them. Don't yell at them. Teach them. Show them the way, bro. Show them a different way. Like, I do a lot of outreach stuff. You know what I mean? I do stuff for free in my old neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, I was doing like free classes once a month, or on my old block where I grew up, because they have like a library there. It has a multi-purpose room, and I teach them for free. So these young kids from that neighborhood that's still ghetto and is still fucked up, they have something to look forward to, homie. That's what it's all about. The next generation, bro. It's not about you and your ego no more. You need to, like, swallow that shit and let it go. Who cares? Who cares if you're not valid? It don't matter. It really don't.
I got you though, bro.
You're here today, gone tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Life's too short. So just appreciate every moment, homie. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it.
All right.
That's all I got. I'm sorry.
No,
I didn't
no.
mean to preach. I get that way. I know.
It's all good though, Flo Rock. I just want to say I appreciate your time though, bro. And to me, you've always been like inspiring to me, because even though I can never really do your style, like I admired it, because like I would see you do straight leg flares to crickets to like windmills, and then push up to do like a pencil head spin, and I used to think like he did that all in one shot though. For me, watching you in the 90s though, I used to tell my boys, like my homeboys, my Latino boys, I was like, Flo Rock though, bro. And they used to be like, we used to watch the VHSs at my house, you know what I'm saying? But every time you would come out, I kind of always tripped on him, because I knew that you wouldn't crash, and for me, back then, crashing was like, it was like a no-no. If you crashed in a battle, bro, it's like everybody would just laugh. Not
Do you really believe
everybody, not
like I think that when you crash, yeah, they'd laugh in a battle. But I do remember at the first summits, I tried moves twice, and I still got props.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
I'm just saying.
saying like they were a little more lenient back then as far as like you trying a move, and then if you did it again and landed it, you still got props for trying it, and then maybe it's because we were innovating. You know what I mean? So
Right.
yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
But as far as in a battle, if you crash, you're gonna get clowned. He was right. You're right.
That
Like,
was, yeah, that was
they're
it,
never gonna
man.
let you forget it either. They're gonna tell you for like weeks after. You know what I
Yeah, everybody would just fall on the floor.
mean?
People just mock you,
I
the
still
whole
remember
time.
people. I still remember people breaking in socks, bro,
Yeah. We got to
and then
talk
had the
about
helmets on
that.
their backpacks. Had the helmets on their backpacks, and it
We'll,
was like they were going to
we'll,
night school. Mhm.
we'll definitely get into that era on the next one. I'm just going to get my day started though, bro. But like, thank you for finally making this happen. I appreciate it, Floor.
Mhm.
All right.
All right, brother.
Stay in.
Next time we got part 3.
We got part 3.
All
All
right. All right, brother.
right, man. Peace.
Peace.